We're here with Carla Hardaway, and she is the director of the Creekview Chevals drill team. And I wanted to ask you, why did you bring me in today?
It's been such a difficult year for the girls with COVID and just, not being able to do everything that we normally do. So now that we have our returning members coming back, a lot of them, I noticed that a lot of them were not really secure or motivated. It's not that they're not motivated, they have the motivation to wanting to try out for dance or social officer next year, but they feel like they don't have the skill sets to actually be good leaders. And because of the lack of time and the little bit of time that we actually met in person, we were not able to do a lot of leadership skills through the year. I wanted to just bring someone new with new ideas, a new curriculum, and just kind of see what was different from what I was already teaching, and just give them the opportunity to just learn more about leadership than from someone else than just me. And a lot of them left very excited and happy with a lot of notes. You mentioned a lot in your leadership class, things that I even heard for the first time. So I even took my notes, and I was able to also be a part of the class with the girls, making me think about my pedagogy style and things and goals that I need to set differently for next school year or next year's team. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Because I was like, I need to think of that as well.
Good.
But so it was really, really good. So I highly recommend it. It gives the kids a different perspective. We can talk to the kids about leadership the whole year, but it always, when it comes from someone else, for whatever reason, they listen. I highly recommend it. You should try it. My returning members, I made a requirement for my returning members, and all of them left super excited, and they got to collaborate with each other. They got to work with each other. They took a lot of notes, and it's also, they took enough information to prepare them to continue their process for their tryouts, for officer tryouts. So
good.
It was like a good start for that.
Good. And so what we did today was the leadership audition pre-workshop, where we got them ready for the interview. But I'm going to be coming back here in a couple of weeks in May to do a full team leadership workshop, and we're also going to do a movement component of it, and there's different options we can do with that. I can dive into performance, we can dive into improvisation and choreography, we can dive into cleaning and critiquing. So there's a couple of different ways we can do that session, but I'm excited to come back and work with the entire brand new team.
So something that I like so for us being the first time doing this, I like that you took the time to call me, and then we talk about kind of like what the things that we experienced this year as a team, and then you came back and be like, hey, we can modify the curriculum to meet the needs of your team. And then once we have tryouts and I know who's gonna be in the actual team for next year, then we're gonna have a pre-conference to see what are gonna be the needs for next year's team. And once we know who our officer line will be, and then we just grow from there. So
yeah. Yes, thank
you.
you.
For you.
This is why this is so important, because we're all struggling, right? I cannot tell you how important your why is. When you go into an interview, the judge wants to see, they know that this is what they're meant to be doing. They don't want to do this with the glamour. Everyone is different, okay? I know a lot of you, when you think of a leader, you have a particular person in mind, someone that you feel like, that person is the perfect leader because of X, Y, Z.
For the S, we kind of saw like two sides to things. Like some of our strengths was also considered our weaknesses.
Okay.
I like the exercise because it just kind of exposed us to being like, we need to work on more self-confidence for this, because it's stopping us from trying new things and trying new stuff.
It was just that everyone has different ways of being a leader, and that there's not one specific way that everyone brings something new to the table, and you can always take something from other people. Another thing is just being confident and thinking about why. That's something that we talk about a lot, and why you want this and why you're doing it, not just for the costumes that Simca said. not just for the costumes, but like wanting to make the team better.
Perfect.
Feeling good today.